but it is life and death for these two teams.
Yep. So here we go, tooth and nail. Expecting these teams to fight. The night market starts off again. Like we said, dedicated fan bases for both of these squads. Braving the cold to make it here today to watch them play. But only one side of the audience is going to be walking out of here feeling fulfilled.
That's right. Well, you can see through the silhouettes behind the fast food restaurant over there that it looks like goats, or the green squad, which will of course be in this case WGS.
And here we are. So at least to begin on Lijiang, this is just going to be the 3-3 coming out. This is not unexpected whatsoever.
Yeah, there's not really much variation you can do on Lijiang in this meta, I'm afraid. At least, especially not here on Night Market.
No, Bubble's going to be coming through. Ryan's just going to disappear. Mineral just smacks him with the hammer, takes him down. DPI popped out of the mech. Gargoyle gone. So already, very one-sided start here in favor of BlossoM.
It was just a really nicely timed speed boost, coordination to lock down Karayan right afterwards. It's really reminiscent of what we saw yesterday. A lot of the time, can't remember which series it was, but just Reinhardt-focused speed boost where you try to kill the enemy Rein is super important to pay attention to.
It's going to be meeting him right here at the choke, fighting it again, but this time no one going to be going down. Can't get that instant pop on Karayan. Swoon spamming away, building up very nicely for this Transcendence. Already going to be at 90%. The Ball hovering back, 65 here at the moment. Mineral locked up here in the front. Arya Bubble saving his life. Shatter online, slams it down. We'll just find the majority of the squad, and that is going to be all of them dying on the back of the play. Shield comes down for just a moment. Good capitalization here from BlossoM.
Late reset here for DPI. Very cool animation, however. Mineral has had a great season. I mean, all things considered, I think he's been probably the strongest player on the squad. That was all set up by Illicit, however, to get that big slam, that big shatter. Now for WGS, they have the counter to the grab. So this is their best chance to retake the point off of that defensive engagement.
Oh, this is just so much more here for BlossoM. We'll see, fight's going to be breaking out. Try to slow down that grab, but no, it's going to be taken away. DPI. Well, you go ahead and nom that one up, bomb into the back. See, does find a pick off onto Gargoyle, delaying him even further from building up a grab in the zone. Brian taking a lot of damage, slams down the shatter, gets a couple of hits, but Mineral responds. DPI, however, with the bomb, picks up Swoon and Ons, but can they make their way in onto the point? They're going to be trying.
Tori's got a barrier.
Swinging away, Ryan slid up into the front. Mineral gets the pin. Sound barrier coming through for BlossoM. They try to maintain control. They're at 87%. Seems like they will go ahead and stabilize here for the moment. They just try to top Mineral up.
Okay, this is looking really good for BlossoM. Even if they somehow lose control here, they're going to get to 99.
Stun up, Mineral going to be going low, pushing from the side. DPI comes up with a kill, opening things here for WGS, but now Pelican going to get dropped in exchange of the Brigidas. Field Bolt fires back in front of Illicit. Tooth and nail, as I said at the beginning, and that's exactly what we're seeing, 99% here for BlossoM as they try to close it out, but WGS is postured in onto the point. It looks like they will be able to flip.
Gargoyle is cheering. He's so excited because Swoon panicked Transcendence there when they weren't going to be able to flip the point. He now knows there are no support ultimates to deal with his grab. He's going to have a money grab if it's not eaten by Sia. I mean, he can't mess this up. They are going to have to win this fight off of this, and they should be able to set that up into the wall here. Actually waiting.
Pushing their way out. Ryan falling low. Transcendence now going to be there. Mielgo pushing forward. Ons, however, just got his grab online. BlossoM, if he can stay alive. Seems like this might just be the fight reset coming through, but now there's going to be no Transcendence. Sound barrier still a ways away. So BlossoM, with the grab of their own, with a bigger bang combo available, might be able to get a fairly fast flip.
Yeah, that's the idea here with this next push. There's a tiny window here before Mandu has the sound barrier, and that's what they want to hit. Do they know that? No, but high ground approach here, a little bit sloppy for BlossoM.
Yeah, they get the drop down, they're going for the bigger bang. Shield coming up for Ryan. Oh, he can't get in position to block at all. Gargoyle and Mandu both can get picked by that one. Pelican goes down. Now, it's going to be all 6 members dead here on the side of WGS. Pelican desperately swapping over onto the Wrecking Ball to try to buy some time. BlossoM, they get the flip, 99% with the OT ticking away. Can they tag in the Lucio? Trying to sprint his way through there. They will be able to tag in, but Pelican has already been melted off screen. Mondu now going to be dead. Swap over onto the Winston. Karyan's got nowhere to go. It'll just be one after the other as they desperately try to buy some time, but this is not 2CP. This is not going to be point A on Nabani. BlossoM will just go ahead and take Night Market 161.
Really nice self-destruct by Sia there in that moment where they approached from the high ground. They got the decent grab. It was very, like, risk intensive to take that approach, but they caught WGS off guard. The self-destruct coming up basically straight vertically into the sky, connecting there. If those two things don't work out that way, then, you know, BlossoM may lose that round, but it was well executed by Sia. They had a plan from the beginning. WGS, though, some good moments here. Nice sound barriers coming out from Mondu, actually, to deny a lot of what BlossoM was setting up there. It's been pretty impressive night of Lucio for this guy. Same compositions coming through here, no swaps. Just the map where you can see a little bit of Pharah sometimes, a little bit of Widow. I mean, in this series, you would expect that's where we're going to kind of see the weird stuff come out, but so far not really.
Yeah, it has not happened yet. But fingers crossed as we go deeper into the series. Already a lot of damage onto the members of BlossoM. They will go ahead and kite their way back. Swoon here just going to be spamming away, trying to build up for that Transcendence. Point unlocking in 3 seconds. They re-advance here onto the point. Karyan going to be taken down off the bat again. The first blood, and Mineral gets the money fire strike. Taking down 2 supports there with 1 swing of the hammer.
This is not a good look for WGS. They build a lot of ult charge in that fight, at least. But the problem is that Swoon's got more, like, he is the reason why they can't flip this on this first push. He has the answer. And in this meta, like, pressing Transcendence is like, unless you really mess up or mistime it, it's one of the easiest things you can do. It's building that with right clicks. That's the hard part. He's already done the hard part. Now all he has to do is the easy part, which is shut down this push, and they're going to be in a great spot.
Yep, fight going to be breaking out. Pelican going to be gone, overstepping, trying to go for that shield bash. Food will scoop up a kill there on a gargoyle. Pin comes through. Yada, yada, yada. Everyone's dead.
Yada, yada, yada. He doesn't even have to use the Transcendence. That's the little final yada, you know, about the yadas that happened there.
Yep.
So, you know, you guys could see the kill feed at home. You saw what happened. What you didn't see was a Transcendence get used. We were watching Swoon, but Gargoyle didn't even build the grab that he's ready to counter now still. Rally, they're really committing to this. They have to.
Yep.
Look at the position here. Everyone's so far back.
Graviton Surge will be coming down, locking him up here. Ons holding on to his own grab. Transcendence from Swoon keeps him alive. Myungbong has the response, but already Ons gonna find the first kill here as Pelican does get popped. Still hanging on to that grab, has not had to use it. Myungbong uses the Transcendence. Now they can follow up if they want, but they already have WGS pushed back, and Ons actually go for a little dip here. Mondu finds a nice right click.
Nice play there. Still not going to be enough to turn the tide, though. BlossoM should be able to hold this to 99, no problem.
Well, sound barrier is going to be coming through. They're going for the fight. DPI looks like maybe he wanted to go for that self-destruct. Does fake it out. Actually, it will be 2 kills going the way of WGS here on the back of Ons dying. Sia popped out of the mech, instantly killed. The flip will come through this time just before OT.
So they get 98. But that's so good for BlossoM. Mondu gets the major pick, the major play there, but also makes a major mistake in using that sound barrier there in panic mode, afraid that BlossoM would hold it and they would lose the map. But now they don't have that for the ensuing fight. The approach here.
Sound barrier's out. BlossoM looking to go ahead and finish this one. DPI just going to be spreading his way out of the fight. Shield bash coming through. They set up for a very nice shatter. Lock them all down. Graviton Surge coming through. Only going to be Karyan falling so far. Now DPI, as I say, that bomb will find Mineral. The Tori killed just beforehand. Grab coming down on jumping around here. Looking for a target, has that 100 energy rolling. The flip is coming through in the meantime. The rest of WGS working their way back over to the point to deny that. It seems like they might have actually held off BlossoM's assault.
They did. Really well done. BlossoM's grab coming in there was shut down by Myungbong immediately on the Transcendence, and then they were able to stay alive there through good bubbles from Gargoyle. Out-sustained BlossoM. BlossoM used both support ultimates. And because Ons is nowhere near a grab right now, like there's a real world where WGS can actually hold this, get the, you know, follow-up grab off to the attack. You need to be careful, though.
Shatter going to be coming down, finds two. Mineral dropped. Pip not going to find anybody. The cleanup is there from the rest of the squad. Advancing forward, swing there. Takes down Swoon, and yet again, WGS maintaining control, now above 80%.
These shatters have been really solid for both Ryans. And this one ends up being the one that's timed in such a way that it might end BlossoM's chances of taking this 2-0 on rounds. Right click coming through from Gargoyle is going to secure the grab. If it doesn't get eaten, they could actually stop them from tagging. Touch on.
Goes ahead, throws it down as they start making their way through the entranceway here. Bomb slowly going to be crawling through as they look for a pick. Mineral going to be going off the side. WGS just take it. 100 to 98. Fantastic turnaround.
Very well played. WGS Armament showing some signs of life here. Despite losing control of that map very early, they're able to turn it back, have that really nice defensive fight when the grab came through from BlossoM on the initial retake attempt. BlossoM did not have the tools in that final fight to take an advantage, especially because we saw such a good grab there by Gargoyle into the wall, and BlossoM didn't have the answers to. This is where it's going to get a little crazy, because on this map, you don't control the point, you don't control the choke there, you basically control the spawn. So this first fight is like, I cannot overstate how important it is. It is on every control map with GOATs, and even on Hybrid to win those fights and get the ult advantage, but on this map, it's god tier important.
Well, Ons changing things up a bit. First alteration that we'll be seeing to the comps. Wall going to be coming down, pushing forward, looking for the freeze. Almost gets his Zarya with the bubbles coming in to stop that. Die it away. Ons is going to be taking some right-click shots. Going to build up towards that blizzard.
We see this in a lot of other regions, very rare in Korea, and it's very unsuccessful in Korea so far. They're going to get the first flip.
Yep, WGS get that cap, pin out from Cryan, takes out Illicit. BlossoM going to have to go ahead and work their way back over towards the dropship. They're still taking a ton of damage, just trying not to bleed over any more charge, trying not to get staggered. You can see that does not work out for Sia.
Well, when you look at this setup now, like, at least for BlossoM, they don't have the ults yet. But if they have the ults, like, you might as well just end the game now. I mean, it's that impactful, right? But they have a chance to contest before ults are ready, and they're going to have a blizzard here. So this is a huge opportunity to retake.
You have this one online, the shatter in from behind. Ryan locks him down, but loses his light. BlossoM still going to be advancing. Blizzard online. We'll be looking for DPI to try to take that one away with the defense matrix. Graviton Surge coming down. Gargoyle locking him up. Bionade out from Swoon, helping to keep them topped up. Blizzard freezes up. The Young Bomb takes him out. DPI broken out of the mech. Mineral going in, finds the charge. It's going to be a kill onto Pelican. But delaying a little bit longer here. Mineral going to get top back up as Ryan comes in with a pin of his own. But Bionade will go ahead, top up that Reinhardt, and the flip will come through. 57% gain for WGS.
And now the cards are in the other hand here because
she's like over here basically solo staggering people.
Yeah, and that's actually a nice grab here. They, you know, obviously have this grab available to control this choke. With only Mondu's sound barrier, breaking through here almost feels impossible when you also consider there's a Mei wall that you're going to have to deal with as well. They can cut this in half, like, just like this.
Yeah, wall does come down. A couple of members not making it through. Bionade is going to be denying away as Illicit comes up with a triple kill, swinging away. Go ahead and give him a quad right at the end as Gargoyle is the last one to fall.
And they still hold the grab. So BlossoM is going to reset to hold this once again. It's going to be able to set up another Mei wall. Illicit just make sure no one's back captain.
He's going to have another blizzard.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't do that much damage in that last fight, but...
Which way do I look? Left or right? Left or right? Yeah, left is away.
Looks walls up. The speed boost.
Graviton Surge, locking in the remaining members, and it's just going to be an absolute slaughter. No one on BlossoM really even taking any damage in the fight. Shut them out, and they have so many ults still to hold this with.
This Mei style of play, you know, is kind of what we call in esports is like a win more style. When you start to get ahead like this, you get further and further ahead. If you're behind, you can't do a lot with it, but when you're leading, I mean, look at this. Good luck.
Blizzard thrown into the wall. It's going to be a bomb coming through, however. Not going to find anybody with a pick. Sound barrier used by WGS. Now don't have that for the reapproach. The wall's going to come back up. They break through it a little bit. Shatter coming down. This lock-up one, Un's pushing up, trying to get a kill there on a Pelican. Now the sound barrier is into the Tory.
They give me kills.
Up of Myungbong as the Transcendence in. Karayan. That enemy Ryan kite back over to the point. Ons is trying to backtrack here while constantly taking right-click shots. It's going to be 99% BlossoM.
Nice wall,
their way
DPI.
into OT. DPI can't make his way over top. Will get popped out of the mech. Drive on Surge locks up the members of BlossoM, but they need some serious damage to try to get some kills. Karayan finds one. Now they're not going to get anything. Instead, he'll get stunned up. Mineral comes up with a kill. Looks for the solo shatter. Help finish off these pesky remaining members. Gargoyle going low. Will get taken out at the end. The right clicks killing himself off. Breeze coming through. Mondu trying to buy some time. Will get finished off. The OT bar starting to plummet faster and faster. DPI getting frozen up on the side of the point. He's managed to stay in for a little bit longer, but now will be popped out. There's no defense matrix. The Blizzard will come through. Myungbong with the Transcendence, desperately trying to top up Mineral, or Karayan rather, but there's just so much damage to burn through that Wrecking Ball. They finish him off, and this should just be a nice little extension as the OT will go ahead and plummet. 157% BlossoM will be able to take Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, rare case of Mei winning Lijiang in Korea. It's been attempted like 3 times in total in Contenders, and I think that was the 3rd time if I'm counting them. And it hasn't worked yet. This is the first time they really are able to utilize it to its full effect. And it's off of understanding that if they got through that choke point quickly, if they were able to get that recap fast, before WGS had the ultimates to lock that choke, then they'd be able to turn it around, and they were decisive in that moment and committed. So well played. Pretty decent Mei there from Ons. The timings on the wall were well done. BlossoM takes a lead in this series, but not a dominant one by any means. Anything can happen still as we move forward. Have to imagine
about what we anticipated.
Have to imagine WGS goes back to Numbani, tries to utilize some of their more unique compositions there, perhaps some dive on the attack, and that's where the Sombra and Genji, or the Sombra and Pharah are going to be very powerful. So a lot of discussion here on the side of WGS Armament here by the coach. Definitely a very winnable map there if they had been able to get ults to stop the second take there. Once the retake came through from BlossoM and they had ult advantage and a Mei and Mei wall and Blizzard, like, as long as you don't mess that up, like, it's so much harder for the attacking team to approach that just by nature of the design of the map.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna just try to go to Numbani again, or if they want to change things up and go to Hollywood. Their last time out, they were full held by Runaway on Numbani.
Yeah.
So might have left a bad taste in their mouth, perhaps, but we'll find out momentarily. Seems like we might be having some player swaps come through, so we'll just go ahead and take a look at some nice fan signs.
Signs are actually really funny. I don't know how to translate it, but it's like, wow, it's BlossoM, like, and then it says BlossoM's so good, oh my god, on the right side. It's like, ah! I tried.
The signs are hamming it up. Well, good effort, Wolf. Thank you very much for that.
The signs are really hyped, okay? It says, the one right behind the, like, to the top center says, like, I came to see BlossoM win. One there on the left. It's
just holding a piece of earth.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what it said.
Pikachu, like, holding scrounge. Nice Gargoyle fan here.
Yeah.
Showing off the Zarya.
It says it's so hot on the right side. I don't know what the implications are. I'm not talking about the Zarya beam or
it's the beam,
Because it's definitely cold weather here, these days.
It melts through the enemies. That's what it's going for. Oh, we got more
Dotori,
more moving parts.
Yeah.
More 3-dimensional signs.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
Very functional sign here. Maybe it's going to foresee that, like, a butterfly will land on Dotori's nose in Game 5, just like our Kaiser sign foreshadowed the end of the last series.
Could be.
Just a lot of fans here on both sides of the match. It says Seoul Dynasty Fighting at the bottom of that sign there. A little cross promotion for the Overwatch League team.
Well, we'll see how they manage when it comes time for Season 2.
Heavily upgraded roster.
Yeah, you know, looking pretty good. That Miro guy's just over streaming now.
Indeed, he is. Time
Surprised
for the
he
map.
hasn't been here to watch, you know, Gen G play maybe.
Yeah, I know he's in Korea. He's been streaming a lot. I watch his stream pretty regularly.
Well, maybe he'll stop by sometime. Maybe we'll see him at the final. I don't know. Either way, let's go ahead and take a look at what our second map is going to be. No player swaps, actually. Just wanted to go ahead and make some time for those fan signs, and it will be Hollywood.
Hollywood. Very tough to argue against this, I guess, with how WGS has been playing today. They've not really been outclassed massively, except in neutral fights. They've won a lot of fights with both disadvantages, for example. So I think there's an argument to be made that BlossoM is not necessarily the stronger 3-3 team right now. And if you're going to be looking to fight purely that, Hollywood is much better, at least for A, than Numbani. Numbani gets a little bit more, there's a lot more flexibility, there's a lot more versatility you could use. But if you just want to play straight up the same thing BlossoM is doing, this is your choice.
Well, Hollywood, the staging grounds for WGS's attempted turnaround here in the series. Need to put that win on the board, make it a 1-1. Otherwise, BlossoM already going to be moving up to match point. So let's see what they can put together for us here.
Achilios, do you miss Kings Row? I miss Kings Row.
Oh, I miss Kings Row very much.
Yeah.
I miss Kings Row.
I miss unlimited maps in Korea.
I kind of miss Rialto.
I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to say nope on that one, yeah.
Rialto was fun, you know? I had some fond memories of that in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Chinese Taipei running the Bastion Symmetra strat.
The gondola incident. Yeah.
The gondola incident.
Well, not going to be the Winston here, sadly. It would have been interesting, but they see that BlossoM is not operating around Ons as McCree, which they have done before, so they kind of blind expected that, scout that that's not the case, and then are going to appropriately respond. The attacking team can do that, the defending team cannot.
Poking their way up here around the corner. Ryan trying to stay alive. We'll be able to sustain him as shield comes back up. Some nice little swings in there.
He's got his charge available, but he needs to wait for a better opportunity than here.
Yep, still swinging away again. Mineral going down below half. Fire strike will get a connection in onto the point. No one contesting. Actually, I say that. Somebody will go ahead and tag him. But the first stick getting closer and closer. And that's going to be Sia popped out of the back. Myungbong taken out by Illicit. A 1-for-1 trade. Already self-destruct a lot online here for DPI. Throws it down. Not going to be able to find any pickoffs. Pelican going to give up while chasing down the Torre. Rejoin to the rest of his squad. BlossoM, they do manage to stabilize.
Yep. WGS not getting as much ult charge off of this as they would have liked. But they're nearly there.
Shatters up for Karayan though, slams it down. Mineral gonna hit the ground and will be dead. Nice pick up, Gargoyle able to follow up, gets Illicit. Ons answers back with one. They need so much more than that if they want to stop it. Yeah, 100 energy here on Gargoyle. With that grab online, does not need to commit it to the fight to go ahead and take this point. That'll be the cap coming through. WGS looking quite nice here on this point A attack.
So I missed something along the way. Look at Swoon's ult percentage, that's 78. He used a Transcendence in the first defense, right? I don't know if I saw that, but I'm like, otherwise he had 20% ult charge before that fight. He absolutely should have had more. I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, I assume he used it, I missed it.
Well, he got killed.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. That that kill changes things quite significantly. He has it now for this.
Grab going to be coming down. Transcendence instantly, just forcing his way through there. Sound barrier will come through from WGS Armament. Bomb up into the air. Sia looking for the pickoffs. Drops the bomb. The barrier comes up. They manage to stay alive. Sound barrier in now for BlossoM. Satori pops that. Mineral already losing out on the shield, getting poked down. Shield going to be broken. They managed to find it. Gargoyle yet again. High energy here on this Zarya. Melting people left and right. With the pop out, Gargoyle finds the kill on the Sia, and the cart can go ahead and glide forward. 3:40 on the clock. WGS looking fantastic here on Hollywood so far.
They certainly are. They've got the rally armor stacked on top of them as well. Means that Myungbong It's way safer to farm. He already has his ult, but he can just sit there and look to do extra damage. DPI looking to get a lay of the land here and actually can collapse on now.
Well, taken out. Ryan finding a nice pickoff with a fire strike.
Sia needs to be careful about like staying here also. Like he's actually going to get staggered.
Yeah, getting chased down. Drops on Search in the meantime, coming out Ons, locking up the members, but now he's going to kill himself in swoon. As well will die. Pelican finding a nice little turnaround, and Mineral can't even get the charge off, just gets taken out. And BlossoM are just one after the other throwing their bodies at the cart,
yeah,
but they can't walk away.
I could not tell you what the plan was there. That was a really odd engage. They wanted to contest just for the sake of contesting, but when you don't have tools to do that, you've then just fed ult charge and lost the fight and lost the point and saved only a few seconds, which will be regained by ult advantages for WGS. That was, I think, just a coordination issue there, a panic moment. Sia was disconnected, so, you know, they decided to try to save him and re-engage.
Rally coming out from Pelican. Unnecessary, as I think that literally everybody on WGS kind of already had near max armor.
Yeah, I guess he just wants to build it up again. It also could be a measure of other ults.
All right, well, Shatter coming down from Mineral, not going to be able to lock anybody up. Sia will find one pick-off with that self-destruct, and that's enough encouragement for BlossoM to move forward to the choke, but WGS have all kited back nicely together, so will not bleed over any further charge or get staggered.
BlossoM has this choke controlled, but they don't have the ultimates to keep it controlled. They want to fight forward, but they can't. They have to let this go. Big leap up for DPI. He wants to actually collapse on them.
Lockdown, Mineral.
Yeah.
He's going to get taken out. DPI comes up with a kill.
He's actually doing a lot here. He just like swooped into the sky and found that damage behind the barrier. Sia is losing out on this matchup big time.
Really messing up his movement as well, getting caught on the wall, not able to make it way faster.
Like, look at this. They're going to like win this push without even taking a fight. Like, what is happening?
Well, here we go. It's going to be the final fight. Transcendence out from Myungbong. Swoon as well. Like poke dance over here onto the card. Graviton Search going to be coming down momentarily here from Ons. Now going to be dumping it, trying to turn things around. Locks up a couple members, and that'll be Mondu taken down as Illicit comes in from behind with a shield bash. Pelican, however, in the meantime, putting the team on his back. You can see out of the mech, took out Ons. Illicit going to be gone. Just a Tori up top, drops down, it's going to be dead. Fade over as the Moira pushes back in over onto the cart. Pile driver coming through. Ons by himself with this Hammond, and he will get melted down, and that will be the finish. A very strong time bank coming through from WGS with a fantastic push on Hollywood.
I don't know what happened with Sia on that defense, but we saw on Lijiang, he had the great self-destruct, the sky self-destruct. There were a lot of good moments for him in terms of protecting the supports, you know, against the enemy diva. And, you know, he had a great Lijiang, but suddenly on the defense there, he was in solo queue mode. He was chasing DPI a lot of the time, actually. Then losing those duels, as you point out in the hallway, messing up movement, not using defense matrix correctly, and just, like, losing his mag, being in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Like, his small mistakes there just allowed for WGS Armament to push for free. Like, BlossoM couldn't even muster a team fight because they were constantly waiting for Sia to get back to where he was supposed to be, unfortunately. I don't like to take one player's mistakes and say, like, this was the moment where everything went wrong, because it feels bad, right, to do that. But in this particular case, it was like, there wasn't anything else that went wrong, particularly for BlossoM. They're just kind of all fragmented all the time because of some small overextensions, I think is the best way to put it from Sia. He got a little bit greedy. I'll see if he can redeem himself here on the attack.
I mean, it was just a combination of, you know, seemingly communication and synergy issues just being exacerbated by minor misplays individually.
Yeah.
And it just really snowballed out of control for BlossoM, and then, you know, in the favor of WGS. But let's see what BlossoM can get done with the attack yet again. It's just going to be the 3-3 out from either side. 2:10, the time to beat. So after getting rolled like that, I'm sure BlossoM really just want to make sure they can get the finish. Mineral taking a beating already. Locked out here. Illicit going to be the first one eliminated. Several members low on the side of WGS, but that's just going to be feeding more charge over to Mondu and Myungbong here. Swoon sitting pretty with near 60% towards that Transcendence, but BlossoM will be held off here at the first attack.
WGS just having this nice little lead here. And there's not much BlossoM can do about it on this push.
100 energy for Gargoyle yet again. This guy, no wonder he's got that fan in the audience with that Zarya sign made for him, because he has been on point today.
He really has.
He and DPI, I think, have been, you know, the two shining lights. I mean,
yeah, certainly.
At least here on Hollywood for sure.
I mean, Mondu had his moments on Lijiang, but like, I would completely agree. These two, you know, off-tank players are really killing it right now, winning their matchups against their counterparts on BlossoM, and it shows. Oh, big shatter after the start.
Shatter coming in. Mineral and On's just going to disappear. WGS firm hold on this corner. Just do not have to play back, and now they'll get a very nice stagger in on to Sia.
Yeah, that's rough. The other thing too is that, like, when you have this choke controlled, you have the faster grab, you have a rally, which I think Pelican's just going to save for the fight itself. BlossoM knows all of these things, and they have to make a choice. Do we use the Transcendence for the grab, or do we try to use it for the longer fight on the point itself? Catch 22. Getting a kill, an opening kill would be best. Rally's
way up. Graviton Surge will come down, only locks up Mineral. He'll be dead. Destruct not going to find anything, so maybe a little bit of an overcommitment with some of the ultimates here from WGS, but they still managed to drain down the clock under 2 minutes remaining.
I mean, you see an opportunity like that, you still buy time, get that respawn timer. Definitely would have ideally liked to use less, but it's still a pretty significant win for WGS. But this is the time where BlossoM needs to step into the ring, make this team fight win happen.
Well, Ons nearly with a grab of his own, gonna up, does have that one ready to go as DPI gets popped out of the mech. Grab locks up the remaining members here at WGS. Byungwon doing his best to try to keep him sustained with that Transcendence. Alyssa gonna go down. Karayan taking a lot of damage into the security room here. Mineral pushing forward, swinging on him, but now the sound barrier will come out. WGS still maintaining control, and Gargoyle getting closer and closer to that next grab, already at 74%. BlossoM push their way back over towards the spawn, trying to stay alive. And man, this is looking like maybe full hold potential for WGS.
It certainly looks that way. Karayan having a great retreat there. DPI gets his remake now, by the way. Great retreat by Karayan into that room.
Oh, and around the corner. Shield back instantly. The shatter from Karayan does meant to lock up Mineral, but the responding sound barrier from Dottore saves his life. Karayan fighting his way back. Shatter comes out. Pelican does get locked down. Transcendence now in from Swoon. Byungwon going to be matching. They're all folk dances. These guys square off face to face. No one's going to be dying yet, but several members of BlossoM going low. Graviton Surge thrown down by Gargoyle. Locks up multiple members. They push forward. Karayan swings his way to a double. It's only 25 seconds remaining. They're still going to be looking for staggers as they chase forward in on to see if they can pop him out of the mech, which they do. That should just about be it.
Yeah, he won't be able to, you know, necessarily even respawn for a push.
He's got to swap out. There you go. Swap to Hog. Swap back to D.Va.
He's got to run over, but I mean, the thing is, it's supposed to be the D.Va.
Shatter's ready to go. Force it out. Right now, no one tagging in. Grab going to be coming down the Shatter. Not going to find anything, but no one can tag the point in time. And that will just be WGS. The fantastic victory on the back of a full hold.
Very well played. Tying us up 1-1. It was a competitive first map. But this is dominance that we did not see. In fact, they lost the first map, right? So
yep.
Completely showcasing a different set of skills here. But I have to give credit where it's due on the attack. It was all based around the tank line. You talked about, you know, Sia just getting absolutely owned by DPI, and we're seeing much better grabs, much better energy management from Gargoyle. But on the defense, the support ultimates were built very quickly. Ons had a great grab. That grab that was there just outside the doorway was great, but I mean, the Transcendence was timed perfectly. Everybody survived. Then right after the Transcendence expired, follow-up sound barrier from Mondu, not stacked on top of each other at all. And BlossoM just could not get a single kill in that moment. We saw the retreat from, you know, Karayan back into the security room. It's just like nothing BlossoM could do. So a bit of a surprising turnaround in the sense that it was a very one-sided map of Hollywood.
Yep.
But this goes kind of back to the idea of, was BlossoM even the better 3-3 team on Lijiang? It's hard to say, but on Hollywood, they certainly were not. So I really, looking back on it now, it's really easy to say this, but I actually like the Hollywood pick for WGS Armament. They played to their style. They were confident that they were the better team at fighting 3-3, and that was absolutely true.
Yep. Fantastically done for them with their map selection, but now will be BlossoM deciding where we go for Assault. So maybe advantage it back over, put the ball back in their court. Most recently, Hanamura, the selection, want to be able to give Ons an opportunity to use that Widowmaker. I mean, we've seen it on Horizon Lunar Colony as well, Runaway. We did have Hisu playing, fix it. We did have Hisu playing the Widowmaker, had a bit of a pop-off moment on Horizon, so it's not out of the cards, but just kind of based on the track record here from them, I'm expecting to see Hanamura, but then again, WGS just turned expectations on its head by going to Hollywood, and they got to win, so who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a very much it's the most common map pick, so I would lean towards Hanamura as well.
All right, we're going to find out after a quick break, guys. We'll be back in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere.